Hello, I'm Andy Norman, founder of Antek Automation, and welcome to Quick Tips, the show where I take one real problem facing small businesses and give you something practical to do about it. Let me start with a question. How many calls did your business miss last week? Not the ones that went to voicemail while someone was already on the phone, not the ones that came in at 7:30 on a Friday evening, not the ones that arrived on a bank holiday. All of them. Because here is the thing, you probably do not know the exact number, and that is part of the problem. This week I want to talk about something that happened in the tech world that sounds like big company news, but has a very direct bearing on that missed call problem. Anthropic, one of the major companies building the models that power voice agents, has filed to go public, an IPO. You might be thinking, Andy, what has a Silicon Valley stock listing got to do with my lettings office, my plumbing firm, my dental practice? I am glad you asked. The first practical point is this, that filing changes what voice agent technology actually is. For years, critics had a fair objection. This is all venture-backed experimentation. It might not be around in 2 years. You cannot build a core business process on something that might vanish. That objection is now much harder to make. Public companies answer to shareholders, auditors, and regulators. They have to show sustainable revenue and real customers. They do not go public on hype alone. When the foundational layer of AI matures to this point, it signals that the infrastructure is stable enough to rely on. A voice agent built on that kind of foundation is not a pilot project anymore. It is an operational tool, the same way your phone system or your booking software is. The second point is about timing. Anthropic has not rushed. The IPO comes after years of real-world deployments, proper revenue, enterprise customers. That deliberateness tells you where we are on the curve. Service firms that deployed voice agents 6 months ago have been answering every call, qualifying every lead, booking every appointment at 2 in the morning on Sundays during the summer rush when half the office is on leave. That is operational advantage. In 12 months, this will not be a competitive edge. It will simply be what clients expect. The firms capturing out-of-hours leads will not look clever, they will look normal. The ones still losing calls to voicemail will be the outliers. I have spent 30 years in field service. I know how this plays out. You either adopt while it still gives you breathing room, or you scramble to catch up once everyone else already has. The window is open right now. The third point is about picking the right partner. Public market accountability filters the market. Fly-by-night vendors with sloppy data practices get squeezed out when the sector matures. They cannot compete with companies held to proper standards. For any service business handling client data, that matters enormously. You need a partner whose security you can stake your professional reputation on. The maturation of foundational AI companies raises the floor for the whole ecosystem. I have seen this with my own clients. A letting agent in Hampshire was losing inquiries every evening because the phones were unattended after 5. They were not losing them because callers gave up. They were losing them because the caller rang the next agent on their list who did pick up. A voice agent fixed that. Not with drama, not with a big technology project, just by being there when the human was not. The Anthropic IPO is not a story about Wall Street. It is a signal that this technology has grown up and that the window for early mover advantage is still open, but not indefinitely. For the full write-up, including what to look for in a provider and how to think about compliance, the link is in the show notes. I'm Andy Norman. This has been Antek Automation. Find us at antecautomation.com and I'll see you on the next one.